So for the young racers who are not that experienced yet, they're just starting out. We had a youth activation session, let's say a really young racer, 17-year-old, and they're familiar with Holley, but maybe not all the brands. How do they learn what the brand wants? How can they understand what your needs are so that if they approach you for representation, they're speaking your language?
I mean, I guess they just need to kind of just watch what other top racers or influencers or whoever it is doing with the brand. My suggestion for super young racers is I think fans now and younger kids that follow racers and influencers, they just want to follow a real story. Just be real,
Yeah.
show them the ups and the downs. They don't expect you to win. In fact, they don't want you to win all the time. They want to like see your trials because they want to get behind you and root for you through the good and the bad. And like I think don't paint yourself like always a champion and only when you win and stuff like that. Like I think you need to show your everyday, make a connection with them to where they feel like they know you, right? Like some of these biggest influencers, um, and many of those are not serious racers, like on YouTube and whatnot, but they're just showing their everyday life and they just amass this following of people that want to just you know live through them, right? And just see what they're up to, and they get like this connection to that guy, and then when they say, hey, I use Holly parts, I put this Holly thing on my car, that's important to us. So um I know I kind of spun that a little bit, but that's what I would just tell a young
No,
person to shoot for.
no, that makes sense. Is there an example of someone who did a really good job representation?
I mean,
Series?
I know, like, if there's any super serious racers on here, they may kind of cringe at this, but Cletus McFarland's been super cool. We joined up with him when he was like a nobody, and he came to our EFI training classes. We met him at LS Fest, Holly's LS Fest. Met him there when he didn't have very many followers. He became a Holly product, lover, and then he just organically incorporated our stuff into what he does, and now he goes pretty fast now, and he's goofy, but that's his stick. But he's also pretty serious about going racing and winning. So when it's race time, he's racing and has some pretty fast cars at this point. But I would just say that's a pretty cool example of just somebody that's just showing, like what I was saying earlier, show the good, show the bad. Hey, I lost because we did this stupid thing,
Yeah.
but we learned from it, right? And then, tomorrow we're going to show you what we're going to do to try to go fix that dumb mistake or whatever. So, um, but that's just, one that pops into my mind.
So if I'm a young racer and I think I'm really good at what I do and I could totally represent the brand, how can I approach Holly? What's the best
I
approach
mean,
to get
so
your
we
attention?
have, you'll see guys at races, but we have an email address, sponsorships@holly.com. Um, and I would tell you to, you know, don't be too wordy. Use bullet points because we
True.
read a lot of this stuff.
How many do you get? How
So
many Dexter proposals do you get? I'm curious.
I couldn't even tell you. Like, I mean, because we're in so many markets, every kind of racing, every kind of street car, every type of hot rod, old modern boats, truck pulling track, you name it, off-road racing.
Get it there.
So it's just like kind of like a flood all the time. But just try to break through the clutter. Don't send real wordy stuff because that's just really hard to sift through. Hit your high points with just bullet points, and then just tell us what you can do for us, right? Like what can you bring to the party to help us sell products?
Instead of what you need. Yeah.
Yeah.
In 30
Everybody needs
seconds.
something. Every racer needs something. They
Oh,
all
you
want
know
to
it.
go.
Yeah,
They
you know
all
it.
need something. So we'd love to give it all out, but we can't.